Good
Yes.
morning.
Good morning.
How you doing, bro?
We're good. You know,
Nice one.
we know I had always been mentioning that we're going to Mecca on our own strength, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's much more gratifying. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, we'll go to Mecca on our
No
own
problem.
strength. Yeah.
If I find a sponsor, I'll bring him.
Yeah, that's okay. But that
Yeah.
sponsor, okay, it must not be state money.
Of course not.
Yeah, that's yeah.
Of
So
course
that's the caveat.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's Friday. You know,
It's
Friday
Friday.
is of course. I'm super excited.
You into for Friday?
No, do whatever you want to do. On Monday, we'll come back to advise you. Because nobody listens to any advice on Friday.
Nobody go hear
No.
Yeah.
When you, in fact, sometimes on Monday, we don't even have to say it. You yourself will realize, where did Kwasi say? It is what it is.
Charlie.
Yes.
So yeah.
Yeah, many things.
Agwan. Charlie.
Yeah,
so it's Napo.
It's Napo. It's always been Napo.
Done.
Yes. Yesterday was Napo. Today is Napo. Tomorrow will be Napo.
Okay.
Yes.
And I'm seeing this morning reports that his spokesperson will be Fifi Boafo. Yeah. The man who for the last 7 years has been speaking for the Kokobot CEO.
Exactly.
So, yes. He's taken off this position.
Yes.
He's speaking for Napo.
Exactly. And of course, it's a good thing. And I've realized that the two political parties seem to have learned a thing or two about communication.
Yeah.
That you need a whole communications outfit for not just the flag bearer, not just the campaign team, not just the presidency, but also
the running mate.
The running mate. It's good. But one thing the spokesperson cannot do for the running mate will be what he says on campaign platforms.
Of course.
Yeah, you get it. So you will be responsible for what you say on campaign platforms.
And then they'll also be responsible to explain
exactly
what was said.
Yes.
Explain.
Yes.
Yeah.
So they will do a better job at stopping some of the comments that.
You can't stop it.
Okay. Then here we are. We are here.
Chairman.
We are here.
Our history has shown us
Yeah.
that spokespersons always have to
Yeah.
do the needful.
Exactly. I remember the interview the president granted, I think somewhere in the Volta region?
Yeah.
And the information minister, Kojo Ponkruma, was there. And then still, the president said what he said about Aisha One. And you could see from the face of the information minister, he was cringing.
Yeah.
But there was nothing he could do.
Nothing.
So after it had been said, you then have to go into the defensive mode, right?
Yeah.
And then pull out some stance here and there. It's a difficult job. It's always been a difficult job.
Yeah.
Right? But it is what it is.
Somebody has to do it.
Exactly. If there's one thing I've realized, and it's an observation, I might be right, I might be wrong. It doesn't look like Professor Nana Jeno Pokajiman might ever mention Napo's name in her commentary.
Let's see.
I think the conversation will be about the
Records
flag bearer
and policies.
Yes, the flag bearer records and policies, right? But then again, it's an interesting rematch, so to speak.
Yeah.
Even though the first contest was about, okay, the office you occupied and the one I'm occupying.
Yeah.
I'm talking about Napo and then the former education minister.
In the 2020 elections, Napo was not running mate, but
You
could hear him actively campaigning
yes, on that
and
line.
raising issues as against Prof. James. So
Yes,
this one,
yes,
head on.
that's it.
Yeah,
That's
head on
it.
as running
Yes,
mates.
as
Will we have the presidential debate?
It won't happen. It won't happen. See, I've spoken to many people, especially from the quarters of the NDC.
Yeah.
There's no way John Mahama will mount the same platform with Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia.
Why?
Okay, so I think it's a script that has been flipped. You remember going into the 2020 elections?
There was talk of debate.
Even 2016,
Yeah. I think after 2012, there's not been a debate.
there's not been. Largely because of NDC's problem with IEA. So NCC stepped in. But
It didn't hold as
it
much.
didn't hold that much. But then in 2020, indeed, John Mahama is on record to have said that he wanted a debate with Akufo-Addo.
Didn't get it.
Then the team said, no. The president has many other important things to do than engage in a debate. It won't happen.
So it's the
Now-
same script, different cast.
Yes, now it's in. In fact, I've heard
roles reversal.
yes, I've heard of some, for instance, say that his advice to John Mahama is not to debate Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia because there's been a lot of dishonesty around, and that's not. So, if you ask me, as a student of politics, I think Dr. Bawumia needs this debate much more than John Mahama. And in fact, that one, it goes without saying. It goes without saying. because you could tell that he's really prepared to articulate his point against his major contender.
Yeah.
Right? But that won't happen.
Okay. Let's see how things go. Because it will have been nice.
Oh yes, for all of us.
I mean, for all intents and purposes, having John Mahama, Dr. Bawumia debate, not with the others, just the two of them.
Yeah.
And then, wait, hang on. If you have him, if you have these two, you have Alan Chairmanting in the mix. Who else? Who else is in the frame now? Cheddar.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then Alan.
Yeah, I've mentioned Alan already. So
at least the four.
So the four of them.
Yeah.
And then you have the running mates too slugging it out.
Yes.
Who will be Alan's running mates, by the way?
It could be Abu Sakara, it could be somebody else. But I think largely it's likely to be Abu Sakara. It could equally be Boniface, Sadiq Abubakar.
Okay.
Yes. But that was before the alliance. Before the alliance, it could have easily been Boniface.
Yeah.
But after the alliance, I think Boniface might take a backseat and give it to Sakara. To at least to pacify the other side.
Because imagine a running mate debate between Prof. Jane, Napo, Abu Sakara.
That would have been brilliant. That would be brilliant. That would be brilliant.
Yeah.
I think that we can have as a consolation.
But the main deal.
Oh, forget it. That we can have as a consolation.
If you don't get it, forget about it.
Okay,
no
interesting.
Problem.
Yeah. So finally, and then the president says it's a perfect choice. Yes. So
they are calling it the perfect pair. I've seen the hashtag.
PP.
Yeah, perfect pair.
Okay. Yeah, hashtag's there.
It's a Tuesday. There's a rally that will happen in Kumasi.
Okay.
To outdoor them.
Yes, and I told you this. And I mentioned that the tapping of Napo speaks to one thing: solidify and consolidate the Ashanti region. So, a lot of, you have to give it to the party that a lot of work will be done in the Ashanti region. You heard the chief of staff say that if the Ashanti region votes in totality for the MPP, the other regions might not matter. She said that openly. Good. Even though politically I disagree. Political.
But do the numbers point in that direction?
They don't. You see, NDC is always able to do more than 25% in the Ashanti region, regardless.
Yeah.
Anytime NDC does 27%, MPP is out of power or MPP is in trouble.
Okay. So if MPP concentrates its campaign on Ashanti alone and gets 80%, it's done.
Oh, yes. Okay. Yes. But
that's an interesting metric.
But see, that will be you looking at Ashanti region in a very narrow perspective.
Because
I get you. No, politically.
No, I get you in terms of the dynamics.
Yeah.
Because of course there are what you call, and this one is often not said, but there's what you call the blue blood Ashanti.
Exactly.
And then you have the settlers.
Exactly.
The settlers.
That's where the NDC.
Now the settlers.
And there are many.
There
are many.
That's where the second point will be. But anyway.
Yeah.
All right. So Labour too has taken over.
There's a tsunami in the UK. And of course, this is one of the worst kept secrets.
Yeah.
We all knew that, Charlie, it was not going to happen. And there seemed to be a wave. And that's how come the Americans are equally, especially the Democrats, are catching cold. Now, CNN especially is leading a crusade for Biden to be withdrawn or changed because they realize that Trump might just return. With Biden in the saddle, Trump might just return, and that will be another torturous 4 years.
No, but see, I think for the Democrats as well, they must take a very hard look in the mirror and ask themselves how they got to this point.
Exactly,
because a party worth its salt, and we're talking about a 200-year-old democracy.
Yeah.
There are people you call vanguards of the party. They are not forefront, but they are the back. They analyze everything.
That's true.
Regardless of emotion. And say, okay, heading into this election, what is our best shot?
That's the thing.
Everybody knew from last year that Joe's not the best shot.
That's the thing.
So why push it to 5 months to an election?
It's befuddling.
Even if they make a change now, I don't know
whether
it might even cause a stir.
I get you. Especially if it's an unwilling change. Because see, I'm sure there's something about the American Constitution that will talk about your mental sharpness. The man jumbles words. The man is incoherent. The man isn't able to string his thoughts together for about 2 minutes. Wow. That should be he has the nuclear codes, my brother. For crying out loud.
Some will argue that he had it before he didn't.
Oh no! If there's been degeneration, and that's a fact. That's a fact. But anyway, let's see how they, because like I told, this is a typical African country conversation. Yeah. This is not American conversation. You get a point. It's like, Charlie, why you be a guy? And why you be a twasso?
I said sorry.
Yes, I did. What's the main call?
That's what I say.
It is
so,
what it is.
The Conservative Party has been in the saddle since 2010.
Yeah.
And after 14 years, they're off. There's a lot to analyze about how the Conservatives have handled this 14 years. And there's been a raft of changes of PMs. Yeah. From Dave Cameron.
Yeah. To
this one.
The former journalist. The one with the black.
No, there was someone before Boris.
Okay, before Boris. Yes.
Let's trust.
Let's trust a woman. Yeah.
Let's trust.
Yeah.
Let's trust. Then to
Boris Johnson,
and then to Sunak.
Wait. No, there was another one
before Sunak.
The one that came with our own brother. No, that's Liz Truss.
That's Liz Truss.
Yeah.
There was somebody before. Because they've had about 6 PMs.
Interesting.
6 PMs in the last 14 years.
Interesting.
Yeah. Now that also says something. There was Theresa May.
Okay, way before Liz Truss. Yeah.
Yes. Because I know there have been 2 female PMs.
Yeah.
I know that.
Yeah.
Now, if you've had Cameron, and this was all, the breakout was Brexit.
Yes.
So Brexit.
They ruled on the back of that.
Cameron to May to Boris to Truss to Sunak. So that's about 5.
Yeah.
5 PMs in 14 years.
Yeah.
That means on average, every PM did not get more than 3 years.
That's true.
Run, go. And you know the nature of the UK election, snap election. They will call for it any day.
Oh, yes.
Any day they can call for it.
Simple.
You are PMO, but your power is not that locked.
No. Because your own people want to take over from you. But you see, I think there's a lesson in here for the UK.
Yeah.
They rode on the back of emotions to get Brexit in the bag. So all those who seem to be championing Brexit, and then of course Brexit was simply given to the UK because they felt other citizens of EU were taking their jobs. Right? And then the UK was contributing too much to Europe without corresponding benefit.
But see, let's not forget this as well. I as mentioned that Conservatives were in power for 14 years.
Yeah.
Labour had been in power from 97 to 2010.
Longest.
No, that was 13 years.
No, yes, that's 13 years.
13. Conservatives have been 14.
Okay, but you see, their tenure had been tumultuous, so to speak. Yes, and it had been full of uncertainty. The point I'm making is that, so after Brexit, they rode on the back of this and then got the power. Because you know what they championed? The fear that a victory for Labour will mean a return to the EU.
The EU, yeah.
Yeah, they did that. And they sent that message clearly.
And I think now, for what's worth, I think that even the argument about rejoining the EU, it's not a bad argument.
No, it's not a bad argument. If they actually,
because if they are to do an introspection,
they realize that it's a bad idea.
Has Brexit cost the UK more?
It has.
So what's the decision?
That's the thing.
Go eat humble pie and go back.
Go back to the citizens, and then now that they have the benefit of hindsight and the benefit of history, what would they say? Are they better off with the European Union, or they are better off? Because see, the UK had always been treated by the European Union as a spoiled child. The only country that was allowed to hold its own currency, even though it was part of the European Union.
Yes.
That's a spoiled kid treatment.
And now, even if they go back, they'll still hold on to the pound.
That's the point. So if you were given special treatment, why break it? That's the point. Anyway, so that's the change wave that we are talking about. Nays is telling me that regardless of what happens in the US, Biden will lose. You see, and I'm tempted to believe what you are saying, or I agree with you, that in fact, without Biden, I think the Democrats stand a chance. With Biden, they don't stand a chance at all. Of course, in the Independence Day address, the party sought to use that opportunity to tell the Americans how strong Joe Biden is. Sometimes he's even allowed to walk to a rally estate. Anyway, let's see how they manage to pull this off. It will be the biggest shocker if Biden wins.
Okay.
And after winning, will he be able to function? Is the question.
That's
if he
another
wins. By the way, they should think about themselves. We are thinking about ourselves down here.
Right here as
down
well.
here. Now
Anyway.
at least we have a ticket. We have the
So,
NDC ticket. We have
M&M
the
and
NPP
J&J.
ticket. Yes. And J&J.
MM and JJ.
and JJ.
MM versus JJ.
versus JJ.
Okay.
versus JJ.
Mahamadou and Matthew
Mahamadou and Matthew.
against John and Jane.
Yes. Okay. Yes. It's interesting how we've taken out the Baumia and then it's Mahamadou. Now then Mahamadou is a surname.
Oh, but that's first names.
No,
So
no.
John and Jane.
Yeah. Mahamadou
Mahamadou and Matthew.
Yes. Oh, okay.
M&M.
Okay.
J&J, yeah.
Okay, I get that. I get that. JJ. Yes. So
And,
that is it.
And JJ is NDC JJ.
JJ, and this is JJ.
Okay.
Yes, and this is JJ.
Okay.
And then
Yeah.
Yeah. So basically that's it.
All right, let's go to the headlines this morning. Daily Graphic banner headline: Baumia Opoku Prempeh ticket sealed. Also, negligence suit rocks Central Aplau Hospital. NPP NDC in close contest for Wenchi seat. Corruption, filthy, despicable act of treachery. Ochenhene asserts. And amend Bank of Ghana Act. That's according to the IEA.
And guess what they are asking for? They want the tenure of the governor of the central bank to outlive political cycles. So, for instance, they really want Addison to continue as the governor of the central bank
Until-
should NDC win power.
Until he turns 60.
Yes.
Okay.
Clap for themselves. They should clap for themselves.
Okay.
You remember Paul Akwa? One of the finest
Yeah.
central bank governors we have had.
Yeah.
Guess what Atamos did? He allowed him to see through his tenure.
Yeah.
Your work will determine whether you stay
Or
or not.
Good point.
Yeah.
GES introduces self-posting module for colleges of education. Those are the headlines for the Daily Graphic this morning.
Okay, so let me see the one I have here. Okay, a moment. I have Daily Guide. Tap and Go taxis come alive August. Baumia. Remember the Tap and Go app that was launched?
Yeah.
Yes. It will come alive
Okay. Next
in
month.
August, next month.
All right.
CJ bounces Martin Amidu over SP, and I'm told that it didn't even take the Chief Justice to inform us. It didn't take the presidency to inform us. It took Martin Amidu himself, the petitioner, the one who was disowning his own petition. He
To
wrote an
announce to us
epistle.
that
Yeah, he wrote an epistle lamenting yesterday that his petition had been thrown out. And remember, I actually mentioned that
Yeah.
that poison chalice, it was going to be difficult for either the president or the Chief Justice to
take.
swallow this.
Yeah.
You can't. You can't. And so now Kisi Ejabin is allowed to go about his duties.
And do his
so
work.
go ahead and do your work. Simple. Government secures $100 million for cocoa farm rehabilitation, and Ghana's biggest CEO's night to promote climate action. That is it for Daily Guide this morning.
The Custodian 2024 battle lines drawn is Baumia Napo versus Mahama Jane. Zoom Lion donates modern equipment for homework cleanup initiative. Use mobile money to buy and sell across Africa, a fast track to economic integration. Those are the headlines for the Custodian newspaper.
The Chronicle this morning. I'll help Baumia break the aid. Napo declares after official confirmation. And Minister of Finance, UG, discuss how to address challenges facing Ghana's economy. And then NDC accuses President and Chief Justice of packing Supreme Court. That's a conversation you had extensively yesterday in the morning on this platform. Yes. And quotation for this morning, Ecclesiastes 5:4. When you make a vow to God, do not delay to fulfill it. Yes. You see, you can promise the human being and disappoint.
Yeah.
When you promise God, you dare not. And I take that quotation again. I'm sure this is what is pushing the president. The president actually promised God a cathedral. So you guys can understand. This is the quotation. Ecclesiastes 5:4. When you make a vow to God, do not delay to fulfill it. It's been delayed.
In the context of this one,
In the context of the cathedral, it's delayed.
but is this in context of the cathedral though? Look at the headlines again.
No, it says. No, I get you. No, I get it. But I'll help Baumia break the heat. This is not a promise to God. This cannot be.
No, you don't get it. Look at it again. You get it.
Okay. So Okay, they delayed the announcement,
Yes.
but eventually had to come
For a long time.
Okay, for a very long time. Yes, yes, we get that. We get that. Yeah. So like, first of all, he had to spend more. He had to lobby more. He had to, you see, the others had to come in. But you see, the challenge is the resources the others wasted. So you guys knew this, and then you delayed it for others to waste resources like that. But anyway, for the fraternity, it's a very beautiful thing. I think every cycle they should do that, because Charlie, the fraternity really got excited over a number of developments.
You said they should delay it to what?
Like a day before. Hey, a day before the car. No, then of course, running mates are actually not on the ballot papers.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't matter. But then when you file at the EC, you have to file.
It has to go with it, yeah.
With the running mate. Yeah. So when I file one day, I have to add another day to it. Or when you file one day, you have to. Or when she files, she will have to add another.
That's more like it.
Yeah. She will have to add you or me. More likely me.
Yeah. Looks like it, yeah. Yeah.
I will not add you.
It's possible that could be neither of us.
Exactly. Yeah. Yes, that's true.
I'll add Francis.
No problem. For the optics. So,
Why for the
for the
optics?
optics.
So who's ready to
You-
be?
you- you-
That's okay.
You want to be chief of staff?
Yeah.
We.
I want to be in a control room. I want to be in a control room.
So that will sideline Francis as a vice.
Hey, no, that Francis is not a vice that can be sidelined. In fact, you must be scared. You must be scared. You must be scared.
I kind of mischief crowd.
But before elections 2016,
Yeah.
the way Bamia was talking, did you ever think that he would be sidelined?
No. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
power is power.
That's true. That's true. That's
Power
true.
is power.
Yeah. But Baume has not been sidelined.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, no, absolutely
Not.
not. Yeah,
Not.
he had what 36 policies.
Yes.
As
That
a-
have all.
Yeah, as
It's true, it's
a vice president.
Absolutely. The
Yeah.
economy is doing fantastic.
Yeah. It could have been worse.
Under his leadership,
Yeah.
he steered the country into, the best place the country could think of itself.
In the circumstances.
Absolutely. And, taking the country back to the real managers, which is
Yes.
the IMF,
Yes.
is the biggest achievement,
Yeah.
because time and again we have proven that that is the real manager of the Ghanaian economy.
They have the potion. Potion when you are a
Yes,
magician.
antidote
Yeah.
for all the problems.
Yeah.
Therefore, perhaps we might consider adding the IMF executives to
Yeah.
the ballot paper
That
to
will
elect
not,
them
that will not be
to
bad.
govern.
That will not be bad.
the
That will not be
country.
bad. Or
So that's
better
a significant achievement to return the country to the appropriate managers of the economy.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay. So who would that be? Is it what's the name of the IMF chief chef?
Oh, Lord.
Oh, Sunak.
He said they've got Ryanair.
Ryanair
Really?
says that they've got a seat for him.
For him to go back to India?
Oh,
I don't-
come
I think,
on.
I think it's a
Parody account.
I think it's a parody account.
It must be.
it
Yeah,
cannot- it
because-
cannot be the
Yeah, it's a parody account. Yeah,
It
Be-
cannot
but he had this coming. How can you say that? The worst thing that happened to us as a kid is that we didn't have cable network. We could not get. So, for instance, 5-10 years later, now we are having a conversation, and then we ask you, what's the worst thing that happened to you when you were growing up? So we didn't have DSTV.
that's something
People
you can
cannot
do.
relate. So, in fact, they took him on. They said, "Oh, okay, really?"
Very affluent. He's detached.
That's the point.
That's what Jansa would say, that don't put that bees at the helm of affairs.
No.
Like they did with the finance minister. He doesn't know.
Nah.
He hasn't been through it like
Can't
we have
feel
been
your
through
Don't
it.
feel
you
it.
know. So when we are talking, he just throws
Yeah.
a few Bible quotations at us, and he thinks that that can disguise as someone who is indeed a God-loving leader.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So
It is what it is.
it is what it is.
Yeah.
So you've done. You
Yeah,
guys
so
have
it's your
done
turn.
Yes, your turn.
daily graphic and other. Which paper did you do?
I did African
You-
Chronicle. I've not done any. Okay, I've done Daily Guide. So
No,
go to
I'll
the
do
next
daily
one.
guide again.
Okay, no problem.
NPP OK Snapo
That's a good
or
one.
running mate. How have you done it? Is it your paper?
Ashok Safe.
CJ Monts. Hey. CJ bounces Martin Amidu over special. So I heard you talk about Martin himself announcing.
Yeah.
So where does he stand, really? Because at a point he denied his own petition.
Yeah.
So where does he stand?
He said he had not told you guys that he sent a petition. Why are you guys sending a petition to him?
Just say,
Hey,
Uncle is making it very hard to defend him.
Yeah.
You know, because Grandpa, what you are doing there, already with some style.
Yeah.
You came to deny that media people were making reference to purported petition.
Yeah.
No, come on.
Come
I
on.
think we are all, above this.
Yeah.
And so, some way. Well, since Ibrahim has already done this paper, I'll go to the Ghanaian Observer.
That's great.
Did I
No,
give
it's
that?
not. That's not been done. Do
Okay.
it.
The Ghanaian Observer, front page. It's Napo. We've been new in this. Like the African Americans, we've been new in it. It's fine. So, we knew already that that's what was going to happen. It was just a matter of time.
Yeah.
As MPP National Council unanimously endorses Energy Minister's Baumia's VIP, using mobile money to buy and sell across Africa. A fast track to economic integration. Whose picture is that?
Gabi
think you know
Assault
who
is
it
that
is.
one.
Charlie,
Yeah,
people
the
are
Africa-
positioning themselves now.
Africa
As them
Prosperity
they can't leave
Network.
office, they want to position themselves like some strategic thinkers. Anna,
Whoa.
why then?
No problem. We
I
have
say-
not caught up on.
No, because it's very important.
No, I get
so
you.
that you don't want to be. That's how come you notice that a lot of the times when the party is about exiting or going to the next, people are fighting to get into either set up their own foundations or CSOs
Yeah.
or running to get into parliament because they need to secure their backs.
Yeah.
You understand? And if this Africa Prosperity Dialogues sticks, if it sticks, I mean that's good deal for him. You understand?
But
So
that's an entrepreneur. That's an
and that's what
entrepreneurial
I'm
mindset.
saying. That's what I'm saying. That, yes,
So,
you're just.
it's okay.
I didn't say it's bad.
No,
I'm just saying
just
that.
helping
I'm
you.
just saying that he's covering his back. He's ensuring that Charlie, should it happen.
Yeah. As everybody
will
should
exit
do.
office.
Yeah, you should have exit
But
plan.
what is your problem? Why are you defending this? Why are you interrupting me? I don't like that. Please.
Okay. We hear you.
Hey, why you get interest or something? What be that?
Like I'm a show
Bench
or
this
something.
Because in a way, I don't like that. You're moving funny. I don't like it.
I hear you.
Bench 2024, finance housing ministries collaborate on housing and incentives, and Chevi Hene endorses CRM. And I said Chevi Hene.
Yeah, I asked the same question yesterday.
There is.
Yeah.
Hey, Charlie.
I don't know. I don't know whether it's a new creation or it's always been there. I'll ask to ask Nana Fredia. He's also a chief in the enclave.
Enclave, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
CJ throws out petition for OSP's removal, and that is for the Ghanaian Observer newspaper.
Daily Dispatch, full text of confirmation of Opoku Prempeh as Baumia's running mate. Police ready for December 7 elections, IGP George Dampare saying so. Joe Garte has conducted himself with dignity and integrity in his public life. Nana Kobna Nketia the fifth is saying so.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. Joe Gatti,
Yeah.
the gentle giant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Skaruka 10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He bows out.
Yep.
Say I won't do again. Yeah. Anyway,
Kikiriki.
gave me Mobium.
Why didn't they make him vice president though?
Oh,
He wanted to be
he
president.
contested for flag bearership.
Doesn't matter.
No, none of the guys who wanted to be flag bearers have been tapped. Right? None of them have been tapped. Yeah, so I'm sure they'll have different roles to play. Yeah. It is what it is. The Ghanaian Times, like I said, halt new Supreme Court appointment. NDC demands. And GIS, civilian GIS. Ghana Education Service poised to post 12,748 graduates this year. And I'm told it's they've opened the self portal where qualified teachers can just go apply and then that's it. They will be posted. Mete out stiffer punishment to officials found culpable of corruption. That's according to Ochehene. That's a good call. That's a very good call. And so this call is to the justice system, right? That if anybody is found out to be corrupt, the punishment must be stiffer to serve as deterrent to others. Parliament inspects Buankra terminal project, expresses satisfaction at level of work. The contractor says since 2023, the jobs done, no payment. so far. So government attend to the contractor. That is it for okay. Well, let me go to the back page. New breed of mosquitoes invade 4 districts in Eastern region. Oh. New breed of mosquitoes. So the mosquitoes, they have
mutated.
Yeah, they have mutated. They have done cross-pollination.
Cross-pollination.
Yeah, the cross-breeding. Cross-breeding and everything. So now, in fact, these are
so
genetically modified.
Mosquitoes sent pollen from flower to flower.
Yeah.
Nice. Cross-pollination.
He is a one with science, so he would know best.
Oh no, the cross-pollination is for plants, right?
Okay.
Yeah. There's cross-breeding.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's cross-breeding for animals, right? Okay. And then of course this.
So who did they cross?
See, I think flies, mosquitoes and flies. So now we have genetically modified mosquitoes. I remember scientifically we're told that they were creating some organisms in the lab that could actually be left loose into the environment, and they could actually cannibalize on mosquitoes. They can feed on them, and I think if they had given this attention, we would have made inroads by now, where organisms are cannibalizing each other for our own safety. Yes, and 60 stakeholders undergo training in e-agriculture. So e-agriculture. I hope they are not going to plant the trees or whatever they are going to plant electronically. But here's the story. So more than 60 stakeholders in agricultural value chain in the 5 northern regions have participated in a day's training workshop on e-agricultural technology. Okay, the training organized by Agro Spectrum Limited, a non-governmental organization based in the northern region, was to build the capacity of the stakeholders in e-agri technology, as well as deepen their knowledge in the use of agricultural technology. Okay, it was also to help them leverage broad spectrum technological infrastructure to provide solutions for the agricultural value chain, as well as grow influence in mobile technology on the continent. Okay, so it's not about growing crops electronically. It's about deploying technology for the purposes of agriculture. That is it for the
Mr. Speaker was in the Jubilee House yesterday.
Yes, he went to present the Democracy Cup.
What's that?
Good question. So now let me explain.
Yeah, blue.
Yeah. Parliament is celebrating 30 years of uninterrupted democracy.
Okay.
The Democracy Cup.
Yes.
I know the cap no come out.
The cap no act. So Asante Kotoko, which doesn't have a team now because they've shipped off all their players. They've sacked everybody.
They are starting from.
So they want recruits. So we are House of Folk has a team. We are waiting for them. After they are through their recruitment, because of that, they've had to postpone the game, the day for the game.
I'm enjoying that.
So the Democracy Cup is to solidify our democracy.
Wow.
And these two clubs, Asante Kotoko, House of Folk will be playing.
When will they play?
I think today. Okay. So that's it. So they sent the cap to the president
in advance to get
blessing of the presidency, the democratic blessing. Yes.
It should make sure it doesn't break it.
So the speaker was there yesterday, but not to talk about the anti-gay bill.
It's over, it won't break.
Not to talk about the anti-gay bill or warn the president that nobody can stop any bill from being passed until
it's done. They said you are taking this cocoa tea before you know it has white.
So I didn't do to be more.
Hey, what was the constitution? Because you got
so basically that was the mission at the presidency yesterday.
Until he came to office.
So on that note, I hand over to Muntala.
These papers have already been. You're done, okay. So let me give you one more. You can have the Daily Post here. But these ones have been done.
I have to. Let me be generous.
Okay. So give us what you have. Daily Post.
Okay, so the Daily Post. This my.
Anyway, Mutala suggest join us.
Yes, legal affairs correspondent.
And then IB has handed over to me. So let me just try and see if I can do it as best as he
From
does
Parliament to the court.
The Akufo-Addo Chief Justice talk on.
Why do you have to do your voice like that? Is it part of your?
You know the newspaper segment has got its own vibes.
Temple.
Yeah.
Please say it again.
So everywhere you go, when you go to
You do what Rome? When you go to Rome, you do what the Romans do.
Yeah, so
Okay, so start again.
I'm just
first.
trying to. Akufo-Addo chief. Oh, Daddy, why you laughing? Why you laughing, Daddy?
Oh Lord.
Okay, so Akufo-Addo Chief Justice Tokonu conspiring to further adulterate Ghana's judiciary by adding 5 more judges through the back door to the 15 president has already appointed to the Supreme Court. Okay, the whole, if you look at the front page of Daily Post, it seems like the whole thing is dedicated to the judiciary. CJ's request
And
for
who better
5
to read the
more-
headline
Come
than
to
you?
the club of Daily Post. Maybe like they didn't put Akufo-Addo in there. Up and down.
The first one that I read is Akufo-Addo and then the Chief Justice Tokonu that you can see. And then the second story says that CJ's request for 5 more Supreme Court justices defies common sense at Kennedy. Okay. Napo is disrespectfully arrogant, says former TTAG General Secretary. Now they have an idea about TTAG.
It was one of those teacher organizations, right? Look, when you read it a bit, I'm sure that
Yeah,
it will
Yes,
be there.
details will be there.
Have
So
you seen
this
it?
one is in what page? The page number is not even indicated. So
But okay, no, but I think a bit of it is odd. That's why a bit of it is on the front page.
No.
no, this
No.
this is something like an advertorial of a sort. Yes, something to give you an.
These are who okay.
Yes.
Who here. So
Absolutely.
let's go inside. Go
Yeah,
inside the
so
paper.
you just continue, and then by the
Okay.
time you be done, I would have located
Francis?
that.
Okay, the Daily Statesman. Napo confirmed NPP running mate. National Council gives unanimous approval. Minister makes case for intra-African trade. Majority leader condemns political apathy towards impunity. And bill to establish National Roads Authority passed. That's for the Daily Statesman.
Alrighty. The Herald newspaper is what I have here. Front page. Front page. Ex-law school director kick against 20 judges at Supreme Court. For me, this is illegitimate and an abuse of power. Was it an interview he granted?
Yes,
us?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay. Other stories here. NPP outdoors Napo in Kumasi next week. Iyoko boss dishonors public office of accountability. Confirms calling Adam Bonner's wife. Ghana Gas plunged into boardroom wrangling over $900 million deal. And majority leader warns against growing impunity and public disaffection.
Oh.
It's fine language from the politicians. So I think I heard when that incident in Kenya happened first, I also did hear Neil and Van der Poel say the same thing, that it's high time the politicians listened to the audience, the audience, the citizens, and that when they scream out loudly that this is not something we are happy about, do something about it.
Yeah.
The politicians must listen and stop the nonchalance that usually greets many of these concerns that have come up. And now I'm hearing from Afenyo Marking as well, saying that we need to, as leaders, they need to check some of these things and check all this growing immunity and all. I would want to see them putting that to practice beyond, the fine English. If they put it to practice, I'm sure we'll all benefit from it. So that'll be it for.
Yes. I have the new crusading guide, but just before I do that, I'll tell you about what I was looking for. So Napo is disrespectfully arrogant, and this one is by Teacher Trainees Association of Ghana. The secretary is saying that. So that is the meaning of TTH.
Teacher Trainees Association of Ghana.
Ghana.
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
So the new crusading guide, the new weekend crusading guide, I must say. The banner headline has, "Let's close our ranks. Napo pleads with NPP, accept running mate post and ready to work." So you see Dr. Mahmoud Baumia in front, and then Dr. Napo also at the back. Another on the front page is, "Police set for December polls, Dampare assures." So you see IGP Dampare with 2 hands up there, as if he was praying, or as if he's praying and all that. So that's one of the stories on the new weekend crusade. In that, land guards assault court bailiff. And Francis, I'm going to tell you, the bailiffs are suffering, Papa. Say, they go through a lot. Court bailiffs, they go through a lot. I'm not saying I don't know the details about this story, but I have witnessed situation. You know, they are giving processes to go and serve parties and all that. And if somebody is invading service and you are trying to locate him or her at all costs, or mutual squad amounts, so they are going through a lot. Yeah.
Oh.
So
I could have killed a lot.
occupational hazard.
Oh, they beat them.
That's why I said I could have killed a lot.
So-
Oh, they beat them.
Maybe them.
Oh yes. You don't know.
They do.
Oh.
They do.
Say mutual squad amount.
Oh, some of them they do. So the point is that
Oh.
there are some of the cases that you need to serve the person personally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if I know Francis works here, and I come here, I go to wherever I know he stays, and you can't find a court is saying, come to where he works. He will come here and know that Francis is on the studio. Let me go and serve him. And then people will try to say, Francis will Charlie, don't allow anybody to come in. That's it.
You're done.
And you attempt to try and do your work.
They'll deal with you.
They'll deal with you. So I remember one of the time a fire service officer who also in a similar fashion assaulted one of them, and then the court after convicted him for contempt and all that. So occupational hazard is everywhere. Anyway, so on the front page of the new Weekend Crusading, I had SMG's tribute to Professor Francis Nkrumah. Okay. Then NDC tackles Chief Justice, says recommendation of judges to Supreme Court unconstitutional. Then you have Gabi Ochedako also here. Using mobile money to buy and sell across Africa, a fast track to economic integration. So these are the stories on the front page of the new Weekend Crusading.
All right, I'm done with Robert.
Yes.
The Insight, Supreme Court, NEC rejects proposal to appoint new judges. Tribute to Professor Francis Nkrumah by the Socialist Movement of Ghana. Ghana, a once thriving country, now forced to seek a bailout. Alleged procurement breaches. Chief Justice throws out Matamidu's petition to remove special prosecutor. And trouble looms over La Traditional Council's failure to adhere to court directives. That's for the Inside newspaper.
All
Okay.
right, let's check what the portals are
Online, yeah.
saying. We can start with starfm.com.gh. Exactly what is being said there. Starfm.com.gh front page. Bagbin presents democracy cap to Akufo-Addo. BB Niger Star Kid wire robbed in Ibiza Villa. Wait. Okay. 2024. I am shocked. Let me experience it. Hey, who?
Yeah, what?
Shocked. The headline shocked me. Oh God.
Somebody said on Friday you don't advise anybody. So it's
Okay.
allowed.
Wow. Hey, I'm going to read that headline again. She says, 2024 election, Napo vows to help break the 8 for the NPP, and are now slapped with 30,000 Ghana cedis costs as Court of Appeal dismisses his appeal over 2-acre land in Chadu. And leaked IGP tape, we unanimously endorsed recommendations in the reports, as according to Agaga. And there's been this back and forth about this report. What exactly is the problem?
I'm seeing another story on City Newsroom that
There were heated
speaker said they should
exchanges.
go back.
There were
and then
heated
finish the
exchanges
work.
in Parliament over this issue because what exactly is it? It seems like everybody is aligned apart from Atachia.
Yeah. Who is the chair?
Yes.
How is that?
Is it not
How is that
weird?
possible? Why should that be the issue?
It's well. Anyway, that's about it. And I've seen a headline. I'm not leaving. Biden says as pressure to drop out of the race because this morning I heard the two of you talk about it.
Yeah.
And, it's
It's a mess.
It's troubling.
It's a mess.
I always have a problem when, for instance, in government, people above 70 and others are the ones governing. I feel that in your 80s, you should be resting. Do you understand? Because life is very... Yes, we have some very fit 80-year-olds around, but generally around that age, you are not as resilient as you would want to be. You do not have all the energy like you would have when you are younger, among others.
Yeah.
So around that stage, they should make way for younger people, more fresh blood, adrenaline and all that. Because that debate was really embarrassing.
Yeah.
And you cannot blame him because he's really, if you're looking at your other 80-year-olds around,
Yeah.
I mean, how
But
many,
Trump too is in the same age category, no?
I don't think Trump is
Trump
80
is
yet.
much younger.
Trump is not
Trump is
80
much
yet.
younger.
He's in the 70s.
But even, I'm just saying that there are
Yeah.
different categories. There are people who are very active at 80. There are people who are active at 90.
78.
There are people who are active at 90, 95, and all those things.
Yeah.
But then, what is the usual phenomenon?
But wait, though.
What?
Biden is 81. Trump is 78. 3 years.
Still there's a
Yes,
difference.
but
That's still a gap,
you see,
yeah.
we are all very different.
Yeah.
You would find someone who is 30
Yeah.
and looks
Looking
50
for
Yeah.
or
absolutely.
behaves 50.
That's true.
You will find someone who is 50 and fabulously looks 30
Yeah.
or 40. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So everybody is very different. So when you realize, or as a team, you realize that what you have at the moment, it will be difficult to work with it. You would have to take early decisions. I mean, you make early and quick decisions, snappy ones.
Yeah.
Because see, President Akufo-Addo is 80. Do you see or feel it that he's 80?
No.
Yeah, you
Do you feel
certainly
it?
will see.
In terms
Especially
of
when
him being old?
Yes, like when he's mounting the stage and he's talking. Apart from when, sometimes when he goes off script and he sounds
Yeah.
a bit some way, but even that one, you will hear him just that you would realize that sometimes he departs from what he has said in the past.
Yeah.
Because sometimes when he goes off script, his answers are kind of problematic. Do you understand? But then I see him to be an active
80-year-old.
80-year-old.
Yes.
So they vary. If I'm comparing him to a Biden, they are so different.
19 days.
Because that debate, I I felt so sorry for him, and I
Yeah.
knew it wasn't his fault. He's old. He's 80.
Yeah.
And that boils down to his advisors, those who are advising him.
No,
Because
the party itself
so
should have made a
Should have taken a
decision.
decision.
absolutely.
That
So
no.
when you look at a situation like that at his age, you are wondering, does it mean there's nobody that can fit into that seat? No. And African leaders and then leaders across the world, it gets to a situation where they are so much power drunk that they don't want anybody else to also
Take
have
up the
any.
slot.
Absolutely.
Anyway.
It's a concern.
Yeah.
It's a concern.
Yeah.
I thought it's an African thing, but a black man thing, but it's not. Sometimes it goes beyond that. And all. So,
It's power.
have you wondered why you are churning out a lot of graduate yet still you don't have spaces in the institution for them to work?
Yeah.
People are changing their ages so many times, so you never get to 80, 60, the retirement age. Yeah.
Charlie?
At all material time, sometimes somebody that is a younger to you is even retiring, and you the senior one, you are still at post. If not attain 60 years.
Anyway, let me do say the newsroom. Ghanaians leaving for opportunities abroad, not dissatisfaction with government. Gideon Boakun. Minority to stage another Occupy Bank of Ghana protest on July 30. Election 2024, Bawiana put ticket a win for MPP Akufo-Addo. IGP League tape, go back and complete your work. Bagman tells committee. And we're ready for December polls, Dampari. All right. That should do for our news review this morning.
That's Ramity.
Yeah, go for a break. We're back.
With jams.
Yeah.
Oh, do
do
course.
copy for jams.
Ah.
Ha, you do jams. That's how.
Prepare.
You
We'll
have
do
to-
cuts, then you
Yeah, come and do
gather
jams
yourself.
fast.
Ah. What is the meaning of this? My friend.
Let's
Don't
do
misbehave
bring
over
the
there.
jama.
Cafe rough.
Okay.
We'll hear from you.
Yeah. Back after the break.
That's right.